Welcome back here, guys. The Week 2 previews here on the Sports News Analysis YouTube channel. This video is for the game between the Houston Texans and the Oakland Raiders. Houston comes in at 1-0 on the heels of a home win versus the Redskins. And you have the Raiders losing at the Jets in Week 1. Derek Carr, his first start in his NFL career. Some good, some bad. I would call it overall an average outing for the rookie quarterback. He didn't get much help from his run game. Can that run game get established against a Texans defense that was a little bit susceptible to the run last week against the Redskins? The Texans defense did do a good job in the red zone. So when Oakland gets in the red zone, can they cash their possessions in for touchdowns? I think that's a key thing to watch in the development of a quarterback. And Derek Carr in his first game, can he do that? And I think what's important for them is against a Houston secondary that is pretty good, can their receivers, all right, with the James Joneses of the world, can they get separation from these defensive backs of the Texans and make things a little bit easier on Derek Carr? I think that bears watching. The game plan that Romeo Crennel dials up against a rookie quarterback, I think that bears watching as well. Remember, when Crennel was with the Patriots, they were famous for making the quarterback make reads and throw the ball in the middle of the field, and it usually led to turnovers. Let's see if the personnel for Houston can carry out that game plan, but I would imagine you'd see something similar. For the Raiders, from a defensive standpoint, I thought played pretty well last week versus the Jets. They're soft in the secondary. We know that. Can Ryan Fitzpatrick air it out a little bit more? They were a little conservative in the passing game in Week 1, the Texans were. Relied a lot on Arian Foster, who had over 25 carries for 100 yards. If given the opportunity, can Fitzpatrick find DeAndre Hopkins and Andre Johnson and really exploit the weakness on this Raiders team without turning the ball over? Because that's obviously been a huge concern for Ryan Fitzpatrick throughout his career, most notably when he was in Buffalo. So, we'll see here how this game unfolds. I think these two teams are on pretty even footing. I think when it comes down to it, though, is I trust Ryan Fitzpatrick and that offense a little bit more than I do Derek Carr. Now, don't get me wrong. I think Derek Carr, when it's all said and done, is going to be a lot better quarterback than Ryan Fitzpatrick. I just think the defense he's playing here in this one in Houston is going to be a tough matchup for him. And I look at Fitzpatrick as being able to manage himself and afford himself quite well against what I still think is a below-average Raiders secondary. And as far as running the ball goes, I don't look for, I thought the Raiders, had a rough game on the ground on defense last week versus the Jets. So I think that Houston running game will be more functional, thus allowing Ryan Fitzpatrick to really open it up. I don't know how much traction that Raiders ground game is going to get on a Houston defense that, while they were not good against Washington last week in the run game, I think is overall just a better unit led by J.J. Watt and company. And I think Washington's one of the better running teams in the NFL. So, I think I think it's going to be a close game. I like Houston in this game, though. I like Houston minus the 3. Guys, let me know what you think. Hit me up in the comments. Hit me up on Twitter. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Preview every game every week. Always talking the news of the day. Thanks, as always, for listening. Have a great day.